Possible. This is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
The NFL, the Super Bowl, the NCAA tournament, and the Final Four. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Monday Night Football, Monday Night Hoopsball. We have coaching news to do, a whole lot to do as we go through a Tuesday morning, us and you. Good morning, boys and girls, and thank you for finding us on the opening drive. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, coming off of a Patriots 33-15 win over the New York Football Giants on Monday Night Football, and a Lobo victory last night, 97-47 over New Mexico Highlands. Yes, 50 points. How you living?
What'd it do?
You know the story. Leave the house at 6:15 in the morning. Get home about 10:15 at night. You get it. Interesting game last night at the Pit. 50-point victory for the Lobos that went probably right according to plan. And you're like, Jeff, they won by 50. They played Highlands. What do you mean? I just get out early. Get your starters a run. Rest Tomislav Bullion. Make sure that he and that ankle are ready to go when Santa Clara comes to town on Saturday. And then get everybody else some run. And get guys like Tomeo Ponce a little bit of run. 11 points. The first 11 of the freshman's career. Get JT Rock a little run. And watch the big guy get 10 points and 9 rebounds. And get everybody else a little bit of run and rest your starters and win by 50.
Yeah, you have those games on your schedule. And you want just to build the confidence, you get some of the rotation in there as you just laid it out, what the bench was able to do. There's always those moments on the schedule where, all right, you see the opponent, you want to win by double digits and make it a good showing, and that's what you did.
They had the 19 3-point shots, or 3-point made last night. So out of their 67 shots, this is crazy. Out of their 67 field goal attempts last night, 50 of them were from the 3-point line. They 29 field goals and 26 assists on the field goals. So they moved the ball really well. Shot it all right. I mean, 38% from three. Like this, that's not the formula, I don't believe, to shoot 50 out of 67 of your shots from three-point land. But they made 19 of them last night, second most ever makes in school history for a Lobo basketball team from three-point.
And we knew the style of play, we could see more three-point shooting. That's one of those games you just get a lot of confidence, and guys are hitting them from all over. And what's interesting to me, though, is as this season has played on, I didn't think that Jake Hall would be as impactful. I thought he'd be more of an X factor as opposed to kind of the factor offensively for this team.
Yeah, and he can shoot. He flat out has no conscience. It's first time in his career he had double figures. He played only 15 and a half minutes, had 15 points at halftime, 21 points. They pulled him, I think, at the first media timeout, if I'm not mistaken, and that was it. Kid can shoot. He can shoot. Now, is he a creator? We'll see that a little bit more with Santa Clara, BCU, Florida Gulf Coast, and going into league play. Can he create a shot? But he flat out can shoot. The other one that I'm liking getting a lot more time and watching is this whole thing plays out. And it's going to be interesting to see how short the rotation will get as we get into February, March, is Kevin Patton. Now, he had 20 minutes last night. He had, what did he have last night? 8 points and 6 rebounds. I think he's bouncy. I think he can defend. He attacks the rim. I think he can score at the rim. It's going to be interesting to watch the transfer from USC's playing time and how that evolves and where the minutes come from.
I think there's minutes there.
I do too.
I'm with you. I think this is one where it's not going to be as deep as some people might have thought with this roster, but Patton's playing himself into a role with his athleticism, and you saw it last Wednesday, and he played an impactful role in that, and it was someone that Coach Olin talked about post-game with his minutes, and you do that, man. They need that burst of athleticism, and he brings that in the lineup, and I'm really interested just to see what happens with Hal and Hawk and kind of how you manage those guys' minutes. Can they be on the floor at the same time in games against, say, Santa Clara moving forward? How do you stagger those minutes? Because you know Tannett and Albury are going to be there, so you need a little bit more length and athleticism at certain spots, and all of these questions that Coach Olin is still trying to answer. But you see that there is good sailing with some of these players. You still see there's a level this team can get to offensively when a player that we're all looking at and thinking, hey, maybe this guy was going to be the go-to guy, Antonio Chol, not necessarily focal point, but knowing that he can have those type of games.
The Hopton and Howell on the court at the same time limits what you're doing offensively, because Howell, Hop was 0 for 1, Howell was 0 for 4, and there's times, and I love that Chris Howell distributes the ball. Luke Hop had 6 assists last night, but there's times where I'm like, Howell gets to the rim and I want him to finish, right? And sometimes I feel that they overpass, especially on the interior. Now, they only had 9 turnovers last night, but I watch Howell and I'm like, I want him to finish a little bit. I want him to shoot the basketball sometimes. And so you have them both out there together. It feels like you're somewhat limited where you're getting points.
Yeah, I definitely think as this schedule ramps up, it's those guys are pretty much have to sub for each other.
The 50 3-point attempts set a Lobo record for most 3-point attempts in a game, and they smashed it. The previous was 44, and that was done this year when they lost to Nebraska. They had 44 3-point attempts. Of those 50 attempts, 23 of them came from the 5 players averaging the fewest minutes on the team. So it was a launch fest from Tajavis Miller, Kevin Patton, JT Rock, Milos Vucencic, and Timeo Ponce. But Ponce was good, man. It was interesting to see him. I can see him at some point coming in and contributing. As you go through a season, injuries, foul trouble, whatever it happens to be, there's something there. He's young. He's got a feathery shot. Can he defend? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you can tell from last night, right? I have no idea.
I'm with you. We've all been through those games or called those games or watched games as a fan where you're like, all right, what are the takeaways? You destroyed
You won by 50.
an opponent. Yeah, but with certain things that you want to say, all right, what can come from this? I think Pons is someone that when he has one of those games, it's because he gets in and hits his first 2 shots, has a good run. But I think it's going to be few and far between. Just because you're going to just need him come in, hit a couple shots right away. If he misses shots, and probably, all right, where is he at defensively now? Where is he at execution-wise? Might put him on the bench. But there will be a moment or two where he hits 2 or 3 threes in the game, for sure.
Yeah. All right. We're here for you today. If you were at the game last night, love your thoughts. 505-246-0610 is how to get in today. Got a lot to do. Coaching news, NFL news. The NFL last night. Jason Eck held his press conference. He was on with us yesterday. Fernando Lobo was there with Jason at the press conference yesterday. So we'll get into what you may have heard, and we'll get into the contract a little bit. It's all here for you. Adrian's producing on TV. We're available on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM. We're available on Xfinity Channel 26 throughout the state of New Mexico, and, of course, on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Emails, Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com, JJ at sportsanimалabq.com, and of course, the text and phone line, 505-246-0610. The NCAA's net rankings were posted publicly yesterday for the first time. And, they're early. This is where people start to lose their mind. What do you mean? How can this be? What are they? Oh, all right, relax. I don't know that there's enough in there, but the highest net ranked team in the Mountain West is Utah State at 22. The next one surprises you a bit is Wyoming at 59. Colorado State 66, Boise State at 80. Those are the only four in the top 100 of the early net. New Mexico's at 112, Nevada 118, and San Diego State at 123. And San Diego State, look, it's great to play the games. You got to win them, right? You got to win some of them. San Diego State did beat Oregon, but they lost last week at the Players Era Tournament, got beat by 40 by Michigan, but so did everybody. And then they got beat by Baylor. What was it, about 15 points that Baylor beat them?
Yeah, so Baylor was quad 2 game. Oregon was quad 3 game.
Oregon's quad 3.
Yeah. They only played one quad 1 so far. That was Michigan game. They have,
run.
Arizona still on their schedule.
What is Troy?
Troy is a quad 3.
So that was a quad 3 loss
And-
at home, and that's why
And we were not here the morning after, but how about Troy throwing away an opportunity to beat
USC
USC too right after that?
they had the ball. They had the ball
They
and the
threw it
game.
away.
Literally threw it away, and a dude hit a silly 3 to beat him. Like they had the ball, just holding to get fouled. Yeah. All right, so you got some opportunities coming up this week. I guess UC San Diego's got a good net ranking. They play at Nevada. Utah State plays South Florida. I'm just giving you opportunities. Arkansas, Fresno State, Colorado State, Oklahoma State, Grand Canyon, the Santa Clara game. Where's Santa Clara? They got to be up there.
Barely outside Q1. They're Q2 right now.
What's their number?
32.
Really? All right.
So, because quad 2 for home is 31 through 75.
All right. So maybe by the time it all
Yeah, could be a
plays out.
quad 1 game.
Eric Olin said on the postgame show last night that Santa Clara is the best team that any Mountain West Conference team has coming into their building non-conference.
Not wrong.
Yeah. But that's what this game is on Saturday. And again, it doesn't have the name that maybe some people want. It's not UCLA. It's not Oregon. It's not Arizona. Santa Clara went to our good friends at Xavier and won there, and kind of woke a few people up when that thing happened. But you start looking at resumes and Jeff, why are they 32? How did they get all the way up there? Well, first of all, they schedule, and they're winning. They are, what is it, 7-1? Their one loss was by a point to St. Louis. They beat Minnesota out of the Big Ten. They beat Xavier out of the Big East. They handled Nevada 98-83. Their other wins are against Humboldt, McNeese, Idaho State, Louisiana. They'll get Utah Tech tomorrow night.
No, McNeese is right now quad 2
Is that right?
victory, as is Xavier. And so the
On the road.
Mhm.
True road game.
St. Louis goes as a Q1 loss, so it's not a bad loss. But
So there you go. It's mobile basketball. If you were out there last night, I love your thoughts, man. You got to see some dudes who maybe you don't see a lot. You got to see different cats play and different lineups. And look, it is what it is. Highlands is 0-8. They're not very good. The most surprising stat on the stat sheet was 10,164, the announced attendance. Okay? That was tickets sold. We had Carlisle, me, and Daniel Ferris had a pregame guest game going.
bet on the attendance.
Yeah, I had like 86-14 or something. I had the highest.
It's like the final The Price is Right.
That's funny you say that because Carlisle said $1. He was me and Daniel both guessing
You're trying to get
8,000.
those final prizes.
Yeah,
and you're
he's
like,
like-
oh, the value is $7,435.
Yeah, and he's like $1. Yeah, it was a sparse crowd last night, but it was Monday night, coming off a holiday weekend. Monday Night Football was on, and the opponent was an 0-7 Division II team, and it played out that way. All right, 505-246-0610. Got a lot of coaching news today. Is Kalani Sitake leaving BYU? That seems to be gaining a whole lot of heat. All these coaches going into conference championship games and potentially going into a playoff. And, that's success. That's the coaches people want. It's what happens when you're good. People want what you've got. So we'll get into that at 505-246-0610. How's your yard looking? Mine are looking really, really nice. You know why? Because I called LaBarge Landscaping. They came over and took care of both my front and my backyards, and I love them. Every time I pull up to the house now, I see the difference, and I spend a lot more time in my backyard. If you've got some friends, neighbors, maybe you got, a relative, and they got a great yard. You get a little yard envy, you can have a beautiful yard. LaBarge Landscape will take care of it for you, give you the landscape of your dreams. But you're thinking now, well, it's chilly, it's fall, I'm going to wait till spring. It's a bad idea because just about everybody thinks that same way. What that means to you is you're going to get on a list, and by the time the project's done, half of next summer is going to be gone. Call LaBarge Landscape today. Have it done now. So when spring arrives, you don't have to wait, and you can enjoy your beautiful landscape. You know what you want? They're going to do that for you. Say, hey, I'd like this or that, or I want some, a water feature, or I want turf, I want a putting green. If you're not sure, they'll bring out their design team. They'll look at the space that you currently have, and they'll give you all kinds of ideas until you and your family are thrilled about that beautiful, gorgeous landscape of your dream. You're going to get years of enjoyment from a landscape transformation. You're going to love it like I do. Remember, the people who get to enjoy a new landscape in the spring, those are the people who call LaBarge Landscape now. And if you just need it clean up during the fall, leaf cleanup, pruning of shrubs, LaBarge Landscape does that as well. I'm thrilled I called them. I know you will be as well. Go to their website. It's LaBarge, LaBarge, LaBargeLandscape.net. You can bounce around the gallery, look at the photos of the beautiful landscapes they've done, and then call and make an appointment at 505-345-3000, 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch Mexico's best.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is,
the Giants, 15. Drake May threw for 282 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Did not remember that Stephon Diggs was playing. 3 catches, 26 yards. Jackson Dart, 139 yards, a touchdown. Giants struggled moving the football. Patriots are 11-2. That is 11-2. If you add Patriots and Bears as your number 1 seeds going into week 14 or whatever the hell this is, 13, raise your hand. I'd love a receipt to figure that out. But in a season that you've got the Ravens, the Chiefs struggling to maybe not make the playoffs, and I got the Bears and the Patriots as the number 1 seeds in the National Football League as we sit currently. Wow.
It's a wow indeed. And I think what we saw last night was the best team in the NFL right now, and that's the New England Patriots. And I'm putting them in the conversation with the dudes that have the resume, like Matthew Stafford and the Rams. I think
who just lost to Carolina.
Yeah. And hat tip to the Panthers, man, because they've been feisty this season, getting up to 7-6. But I think the Patriots defensively have everything. I think Drake May and that offense are dynamic, and he can be a playmaker. And if you're just doing like straight power rankings, I think the Patriots would be in the 1 seed, and they can back it up. And then I would probably look at a team like the Rams, and then I go to the Broncos, because I'm with Sean Payton. I understand. He's like, they find ways to win games, but man, there's a lot of signs with that team sometimes.
Well, they went on the road. What they are to me right now, and without the past resume, is last year's Chiefs. It's how the Chiefs won games last year. They won a lot of one-possession games and found different ways to win them, right? Whether it was blocked field goals. I mean, they beat the Broncos that way last year, right? On a blocked field goal. This was when a batted down 2-point conversion attempt the other night. But they're finding ways to win games, and they are currently the number 2 seed in the West, or I'm sorry, in the AFC, and leading the West. So here we are right now in playoffs as we sit. And again, most teams have played 13 games. Some have only played 12. Most teams have played 12. Some have played 13. So we're going into week 14. AFC, Patriots are the number 1 seed. Okay. The Broncos are the 2. The Jacksonville Jaguars have overtaken Indianapolis as the 3 seed. The Ravens currently have the tiebreaker over the Steelers, and they would be the 4 seed as the winner of the AFC North. Your 3 wild card teams would be the Chargers, the Colts, and the Bills. The Bills are 1 game better than the Texans, and the Texans beat them, so they've got the tiebreaker, so they've got to stay clear. Right behind them on their way out, it's the Texans, it's the Steelers, it's the Chiefs. So as we sit, and it's not the way it's going to play, but the first round playoffs would be Bills at Broncos, Colts at Jaguars, Chargers at Ravens in the NFC. In the AFC. The NFC currently, the Bears are the 1 seed. They've got the tiebreaker on the Rams right now, both at 9-3. Rams are 2. Eagles 3, Buccaneers 4. Seahawks are the top wild card team at 9-3. Then the Packers at 8-3, and then currently the Niners are 9-4. So out. This is and look, the Cowboys are lurking, the Lions are lurking, the Panthers are lurking. But if I sat here and said to you, as we go into week 14, Bears and Patriots are the 1 seeds. The Chiefs are out. The Lions are out. The Ravens are holding on by a thread. You'd say, what world are you living in?
No doubt about it. I think a lot of people liked Chicago and New England as wild card teams this year, but not teams to lead the conference. And those are what you look for. And the gigantic turnover quite hasn't been there the last few years with a team that last to first. But in terms of what we've seen of the wild card race over the last few years, teams being on the outside, looking in, you'd be surprised with Detroit and Kansas City. And, going back to the AFC real quick, I think the 3rd best team in the AFC right now is the Houston Texans.
And they're out on the outside looking in, but they're hot. Where did Jacksonville finish last year?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for your bad to good story, that's probably them, right? It could be Carolina.
Yeah, they were 4-13.
So 4-13 to 8-4 and 3 seed is there's
that's the flip.
There's your bad to good story. And Carolina, if they end up somehow climbing up, look, Carolina and the Cowboys are. I mean,
the Panthers have wins over the Rams and Packers.
That's right. And then they had that 40-0 loss to Washington or something. Then somebody just destroyed 30-0 the Falcons. Yeah,
they won that game.
Oh yeah, they did. They lost 49 to the Bills, 40-9.
And then the Patriots beat them 42-13.
Yeah, I mean sometimes they look absolutely inept, and then they beat the Rams, they beat the Packers. And they beat the Cowboys. Yeah, it makes no sense sometimes. All right, there's some NFL news, injury news. We'll get that to you when we get back, including surgery for Justin Herbert. Is it time, maybe, finally, in Pittsburgh? I know Steeler fans have been going, I've been telling you this forever, it's time. But there's a lot of noise coming out of Pittsburgh in regards to their head coach, Mike Tomlin, who's been there. I mean, they've had 3 coaches for the last 60 years. That franchise is pretty amazing. For many of you who have had, 3 coaches in the last year and a half, right? I mean, that happens too. Who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it is the good guys, and that would be IPS, International Protective Service. It's affordable private security. They are who I use to watch my home. When I travel, they come by on a regular basis. They pick up newspapers, mail, roll garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day. They'll pick up those packages that are left on your porch so the porch pirates don't get them. They'll install alarms and camera systems. They got a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. All this raises the level of security around your home or business. Would you like standing guards around your property 24/7? That's what you like at your home or your business? They will do that for you as well. I'm thrilled with IPS. Have been for years. Gives my family, gives my neighbors a sense of security. You see them everywhere. They're in your neighborhood. They're in your stores. The reason they're everywhere is because they keep the bad guys away. You've worked too hard to build what you've got. Do not let the bad guys just come in and destroy it. Call IPS and protect what you've worked so hard to build. 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. International Protective Service, passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry.
Tonight, Monday Night Football. Over on News Radio, KKOB, you heard the Lobos win by 50 over New Mexico Highlands men's college basketball. 97-47 was the number. This week here on the Sports Animal, Thursday, Cowboys, Lions, Thursday Night Football. Saturday, we got the SEC Championship game for you here on the Sports Animal. That's Georgia and Alabama. Does that matter? And then you get 1 and 2 in the Big Ten Championship game. Ohio State and Indiana. 5:45, our coverage will start here on the Sports Animal. Over on News Radio KKOB on Saturday, men's basketball, New Mexico, Santa Clara. Or Santa Clara, as some of you say. 6:30, pregame, 7 o'clock tip. And then women's basketball back at it on Sunday, The Lobos host Arizona in the pit.
We're in Tucson.
Oh, you're going to Tucson? You're going to Tucson? When are you leaving? Saturday?
That is correct.
All right. Beautiful Tucson, Arizona. That's the Selection Sunday. You might even see Snoop Dogg there.
What's up? Be like, yeah, you gonna invite the Lobos to your bowl game so they can get into a good bowl?
Yeah, a good one. That's right. That's so they can finally get into a good one.
So they can hang out with you 5 days?
Yeah. So that's somewhat your schedule. All right, 505-246-0610, NFL news. Justin Herbert, day-to-day. He had surgery on his non-throwing hand yesterday, fractured his left hand. His status for the game against the Eagles will be determined later this week. He got hurt in the win over the Raiders. Said afterwards that he was preparing like he was going to play. It came in the first quarter. Jeremy Chin hit him in a scramble, and it looked like Chin's helmet had direct contact with the left hand. He stayed in the game, but yeah, I mean, he was favoring it all game long. And how about, he remembered Quentin Johnson was there on the next play. He's gone.
So that's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Or that's what that happened.
That's a gamble. He probably plays, right? This was Rodgers, and a couple of weeks ago he missed one game with the non-throwing hand injury, but I would assume that he probably plays. J.J. McCarthy probably going to play. He's out of concussion protocol, and he should clear concussion protocol by Sunday and play against the Commanders. Kevin O'Connell said that he's symptom-free. He's got to have a full practice. So the Max Brosmer experience may be over, as it should be.
Undrafted free agent on the road at Seattle.
That was a rough. I just here, young fella, go get your first start. Go up against that. Go on the road. Go try to win a football game. I want to get into the Mike Tomlin stuff too. Let's go to the phones. 505-246-0610. Chad, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, just thinking about how the Lobos great regular season. You know, what a season, we all know that. Put this matchup out there. How about UNM versus Pitt? Are you feeling me? UNM versus Pitt. Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Pitt finished near the top of the ACC. We were, right at the top of that Mountain West, and we'll let the bowl gods, Jeff, let the powers that be make some decisions, and either the Mexico Bowl or, a bowl that's, how about the Arizona Bowl? I don't know. I don't want to, I know you do a great job with the Mexico Bowl, Jeff, and it's so well run. Everybody loves it here, but I'm just throwing it out there to the guys. So, what do you think?
All right, the gods have it. Thanks, Chad. Here's going to be the issue. Let me lay a little something out for you in the bowl stuff. So the SEC, get the standings on this real quick, is going to come up, especially because they're going to probably play 4 to 5 teams into the playoff. Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and A&M are probably going to get in the playoff, right? And then you look at the back end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of their teams did not make a bowl game, which means there's going to be they're not filling slots in a few of their bowl games. A game like the Liberty Bowl, the Duke's Mayo Bowl, the Gasparilla Bowl, and Birmingham, I think the SEC is not filling. And I believe they've got backup deals with, I know they do, with the American and other places. So the ACC, and everybody's got to understand the way these works. And I know it gets confusing because over the years, how'd you get the Big 12 team? And how did that, because we pulled off a lot of cool stuff over the years with like SMU and BYU. Well, how'd that happen? And there's a lot of wrangling that goes on. And each year presents a different picture and what the pool of teams looks like, right? Who gets in the playoffs, which conferences, how many teams each conference places into the playoffs, and what's available for the bowl pool. You got to understand that each conference has bowl times, okay? And each bowl has conference times. So I had one of the TV stations on Saturday. What if is New Mexico too good, and are they going to play into another bowl? I said a better bowl. Well, I said what better bowl are they going to? And it was good enough for an 8-4 TCU last year and 10-win Sun Belt runner-up, but for a program that hasn't been to a bowl game in a decade it's not good enough anymore, or what? Well, no, Jeff. But where do you think they go in the Rose Bowl? And he said to me, well, I don't know, Vegas or Holiday. I said, all right, could you call John Cicenti at the Vegas Bowl and say, hey, you might get Iowa, but you want to give up on Iowa? You got a Big Ten SEC time, but New Mexico's having a great season. You going to give up on Iowa? You're not. You call Mark Neville at the Holiday Bowl, and you got Arizona 9-3 maybe sitting there for them, and they got the ACC on the other side, and they're going to give up Arizona at night. Well, I mean, New Mexico's having a great season. So there's bowl contracts. The bowls have contracts with conferences. The conferences have contracts with bowls. This is the final year of the current cycle, although it sounds like it's going to be extended because December 1st came and went yesterday, and we did not get a resolution on the college football playoff, did we?
We did not.
On how many teams are going to be, are they expanding next year or not, which would certainly affect what happens in the bowl system. So, Chad, I hear you, and you want to play Pitt, and I would not count on New Mexico Pitt matchup. Like I hear you. They're 6-2, they're 8-4, but there are bowls that are contracted with the ACC. When we end up getting a team like TCU last year, let me just give you an idea how that played out, and I hope this helps, not confuse. So, we, being the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, are owned by ESPN Events. ESPN owns us, the event division, and ESPN Events has a deal with the Big 12 when if there's a team, whatever the number is, I don't remember, after the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. I think Liberty. Remember last year it went down like Liberty, Rate Bowl, and then us. And so that means if there's a team left, we could put them in one of our games. We tend to put them in those Dallas games, those DFW games, the First Responders Bowl, the Armed Forces Bowl, Frisco, something like that. But last year they came to New Mexico. So that's how that played out. There was a deal with the Big 12 for ESPN Events. And then we've got deals on the other side with and last year, if you recall, the Mountain West, with Boise State playing in the playoff, fell one short of all the bowl obligations. That's why we were open. We said, all right, we'll vacate because we got the opportunity to take the Big 12 team. That's how it played out last year.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces to it, and one of the things too, it's when I see people talk about team deserves better bowl game. I'm like, how long do you think these kids are going to that city? They're like, oh, they need this experience for that. I'm like, they're not going to be this bowl city for like 7 days.
Yeah. Like it's 3 to 4 nights, right? It is, and I appreciate they should go to a different place. I'll tell you, I think going to the Arizona Bowl this year, with them being in the same television window as the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, it would be from a bowl where I sit, it would be a tough one to have them in the same TV window. And obviously, whoever would be here. But I listen to this better bowl talk all the time, and I say this in all honesty, and I'm not angry. You got to explain to me how some of these bowls are better than the Isleta New Mexico Bowl. And
not in New Mexico.
And is it just the self-loathing that we do here? That if it's in New Mexico, it can't be good?
And I think there's that, and then there's just a sense of, it's, Lobos playing at home again. Here
I
we
get
go.
that part.
But it's okay. It's still, when it comes up and you get all antsy to go somewhere else, you realize, guess what? It hasn't been that easy for this team to get bowl eligible.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a few facts. So the Isleta New Mexico Bowl is now 20 years old. This will be our 20th year. The last time, and there's nothing wrong with 6-6 teams, and there may be a 6-6 team in this year, okay? But everybody, all you can do is get 6-6 teams. Well, in fact, there's only been one since 2016. That was UTSA when they played New Mexico. And there's only been 2 6-6 teams in the Isleta New Mexico Bowl since 2013. The other team was Mike Leach and that Washington State team. That was when the Pac-12 was a power conference. In fact, of the 38 teams, there have been a total of 7 6-6 teams. Conversely, since 2014, there have been 3 10-win teams who have come and played. Utah State, New Mexico State, and Louisiana. 2 of those played in their conference championship game. There have been 4 9-win teams since 2015. Fresno State twice, San Diego State, North Texas. The year we had North Texas and Utah State when Jordan Love played, the Isleta New Mexico Bowl had the highest win percentage of the two teams of any non-New Year's Six Bowl in America. Those are just facts. They're numbers. You've had TCU, BYU, SMU. TCU 2 years after they played for the national championship. SMU 2 years before they were in the playoff, and now here's BYU in the Big 12 championship game with a chance to go to the playoff. So the game itself is performed and brought in terrific players and terrific teams and giving you great games. So I give you those. Some of these bowls you're talking about, oh, it's better. That's a bigger bowl. It's a better bowl. Do they have that track record? It honestly, help me understand, because I don't, how all of those games are bigger bowls. They're better bowls. Do I say it from a biased standpoint? Obviously I do. Right? I've been the executive director of that game for 2 decades. I poured my heart and soul into making something that I hope this community would be proud of. But when I hear, hey, well, are they going to go to a bigger bowl? Where are they going? You tell me what's so much bigger and why that game or whatever game you think they're going to is better. I'm listening, because that way I could try to make this one better. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more.
This world that we operate in is, because fans will sit there and say, why don't you love me? Why are you not here for 15 years? But then you have a coach like Mike Tomlin. They're like, yeah, we're sticking with him. We're staying the course. There's going to be some ups and downs. And they're like, you should have been gone 10 years ago, man.
All right. Is it time now? I look at it, JJ, 5.5 decades. More than half a century. From 1969 to now. What were you doing in 1969? You're like, wait, what? They've had 3 head coaches. Chuck Noll from 69 to 91. Bill Cowher from 92 to 2006. And now Mike Tomlin from 2007 to present. Is it time? And Steeler fan is feeling that it's time. Tomlin looks at times like it's time. The team is struggling. Is it all his fault? I mean, he's got to eat some of it, doesn't he? He's got to. He's the one who decided to put all his eggs in the Aaron Rodgers basket. Not that Justin Fields was going to be any better. I think we've seen that by now, right? But how did they end up in this situation that since Ben Roethlisberger retired, this is what they've ended up with? It may be time, finally. And look, Mike Tomlin will get a job tomorrow. He gets fired in Pittsburgh. He will end up somewhere quickly. I don't know how many openings there's going to be. Maybe Arizona's going to be open. Who do you see being open?
I don't think Mike Tomlin gets a job quickly.
You don't think he does?
I think he's too risk adverse right now. When you have these teams with young quarterbacks and wanting to develop, are you looking at Mike Tomlin as that guy?
Is he a developer? No, he's not.
And we've seen his style, which is kind of like the John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, like just the guy to settle everything.
Well,
not really popping right now.
And to that point, I don't know how many jobs are going to be open. The Giants are open. You think Arizona's going to be open?
No.
You don't. I kind of do. Atlanta? I think Atlanta's going to be open. That's got to be one of the most disappointing. Now, I get the injuries over there, but that there's a lot of disappointments this season. That's got to kind of be near the top, does it not? I think Miami's going to be open. Right? We agree there?
No.
You don't think he's getting fired either? So normally there's 7-8 jobs open. Would you see any? The Giants are open.
So the two we know for sure, the Giants and Titans. I would say, yeah, I think the Falcons are up in the air. I would say the Dolphins are up in the air.
Okay.
I could see them keeping Mike McDaniel around.
I think they need
I
to
would
move.
I would put them, Atlanta and Miami, and those teams that that Monday could be making a move.
You think Arizona stays course?
Yeah, because I think they are kind of, as a franchise, are blaming it on Kyler Murray right now, and then they'll move forward next year with whatever they have, and I could see that being the final season for
All right.
Gannon.
Kevin Stefanski make it in Cleveland? Now that the family's running the ship there, right? Like
he just keeps on rolling.
Yeah, and they keep on losing. Like, yeah, their defense is terrific, and they better have a plan at quarterback. Is it Shador? Is it Deshaun Watson next season? Like, are they going to go in? That's probably going to be 1 and 2 next year, right? It's going to be Shador and Deshaun Watson going into camp, battling it out for the number 1 spot in Cleveland.
That's probably what we're going to see happen.
Right? And they'll bring in, and Dylan Gabriel will still be there.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel will still be there. So they don't go out looking for a quarterback, you don't think?
Not aggressively.
All right. So right now, as far as like the number 1 pick, it's Tennessee. They're not going to go get a quarterback because they just did. Right? And then the Giants and Saints and Raiders are all 2-win teams. The Giants think they have their quarterback, don't they?
Yeah.
The Raiders desperately need a quarterback. The Saints, I will tell you, need a quarterback too. Because I don't think Tyler Shuck's the dude.
The Saints will be picking a quarterback. Kellen Moore will be able to
get his guy.
Be like, okay, we're investing in Mendoza, Moore, one of those guys coming out.
Do you know there's 8 teams out of the 32 that are 3-9 or worse? That's where the bottom of this league's gone. The Titans, the Raiders, the Giants, the Saints, the Commanders, the Cardinals, the Jets, the Browns are all bad. Bengals aren't much better. Vikings aren't much better. How about the Vikings quarterback situation? When are you ready to say, man, J.J. McCarthy might not be the dude? Because I'm kind of getting close. You're not there?
It will be a Indianapolis situation. They'll
What does that mean?
Bring in someone that won't wow you but can win the job.
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
So that would mean J.J. McCarthy ain't the dude.
If
Right?
he loses the job.
So who's that guy going to be?
So it should have been Daniel Jones, but he bounced.
Well, he
it's
was
going to
there.
be that situation.
Sam Darnold was there.
Yeah, it's going to be, we'll bring in Mac Jones or something, and
How about Mac Jones? Has he earned a job? Has he earned a shot?
And I don't know if San Francisco is willing to let him go, but
I wouldn't be. I got a.
That's what will happen in Minnesota. You can't say you're done with someone you just drafted in the first round last year, but you'll bring in someone that could take the job, and like the Colts did.
All right. College carousel. Got to get there as well. Kalani Sitake leaving? UCLA got their man too. Sorry, Stig. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
The Division III college called Salve Regina, or and then Division II Assumption University.
Okay, now.
He went to Holy Cross. I mean, you want to talk about working your way through the ranks? I mean, I've heard of most places. I've not heard of SALVE, Salve Regina. I don't know.
Sure.
But evidently,
He's probably like, wait, you're going to pay me how much to live where?
yeah, I'm going to L.A. You're giving me how many millions per year? Yeah. So he's going to the Big Ten. So UCLA got their guy, Tim Skipper. What does this mean for like Rick Neuheisel's kid and all that? They try to retain him? I mean, I would, wouldn't you?
Well, I tip my cap, but then be like, don't forget about Tim Skipper, which a lot of people wanted to do because I get it was Neuheisel's kid. And they're like, oh my gosh, it looks just like your dad. Tim Skipper is the dude that steadies the ship in all these places.
I'm a big Tim Skipper fan. You know that.
So he was overlooked because everyone's like, oh my gosh, look, it's your son, Rick Neuheisel, and he's crying on TV and all that stuff. But Tim Skipper played a big part in that.
Tim Skipper played a gigantic part. Now, granted, they won those 3 in a row and they didn't win again down the stretch. After they got, I think it was Indiana who brought him back to life, and life was real.
They also at least played competitive football.
They did
most of the way down.
Yeah, they were there with SC at the end. Tim Skipper's been an interim. He was twice the interim at Fresno State.
That's what Tim Skipper should do.
It's just
kick back
until
high
like
school
early
fires their
October.
coach, and he's like, all right,
I'm here.
I'll come in. Go, guys, here to clean this up a little bit.
Pay
Back
me
on
half
track.
the season, so they'll only give me $2.5 million, and I'll clean up the program. Tim. I really like him. He won the Isleta New Mexico Bowl 2 years ago. He was Fresno State's interim when Jeff Tedford was ill, and they beat New Mexico State that year. Lee Marks was the interim 2 seasons before that when they beat. Was it UTEP? I think it was UTEP. He's now at Memphis. Is Lee Marks. Kentucky got their guy. They're going to hire the offensive coordinator from Oregon. Will Stein will be the new head coach at Kentucky. He is going to the SEC. He's 36 years old. He is from Kentucky. He's become one of the top offensive coordinators, top play callers in all of America. You look at the quarterbacks that he's gone through and worked with there, Bo Nix and Dylan Gabriel, and the guys that he's worked with there. And so he's moving on. And his predecessor at Oregon was Kenny Dillingham. Kenny Dillingham's the coach at Arizona State, and so back to his roots. Stein played quarterback at Louisville, 2009 to 2012. It doesn't feel like that long ago, but now he's going back to Kentucky. So Kentucky got their guy. Pat Fitzgerald is the new head coach at Michigan State. He was out. He was the guy that was fired by Northwestern because he was too hard on his players. He was cleared of everything. And so he goes back into the Big Ten. He's at Michigan State. And by every account, great coach. Is there a stain on him? Evidently not. He was out for a few years, and he's back in. And then did you watch the Lane Kiffin presser at all? I don't know if people are changing their minds on Lane. What do people think? People who are not involved with Ole Miss or LSU, right? If you don't have a dog in the fight, because I talked to a good buddy at Ole Miss yesterday, and he's in with the collective, and he played football at Ole Miss, and just pissed, just angry, right? I get it. I talked to a good buddy who's an LSU guy yesterday. Thrilled they got their guy. If you don't have a dog in the fight, how do you think most people think about Lane?
Diva-ish.
Okay. All right. Good coach.
Good coach.
So what has Lane ever won?
One of those guys that just continues to kind of fall forward.
Yep.
This is the best coaching job he's done.
At Ole Miss. I agree with that. The Raiders to SC to Tennessee, right? No, I'm sorry. Raiders to Tennessee to SC. Raiders fired him. He went Tennessee to SC, got fired on the tarmac. Alabama, right? He went to the Saban Rehabilitation School, was the offensive coordinator at Alabama. And then got the job at FAU, did a really nice job at Florida Atlantic, and parlayed that into the Ole Miss job, where I agree with you. He's done an unbelievable job. He is a good coach. He wins. He wins everywhere. I mean, his record is sensational. But he's never really gotten you over the hump, and now he has to get you over the hump. Like it's natty or nothing.
That's why you go to
what,
LSU.
2 years or 3 years? I mean, does he got to win within 2 years? Does he have to be in the playoff next year?
It has to be in the playoff next year.
Has to be in the playoff immediately.
After 2 years, if they struggle, seat's going to be on fire. But that's just the way it is at LSU.
$90 million guaranteed.
I think for Lane Kiffin, in this era of college football, you can see why he's popular, or why a school would like Lane Kiffin, because he can kind of play the game. He can be your celebrity. Feels like, he doesn't complain about NIL, the transfer portal, collectible, all that. He knows this is the world you're in. He's part of that business of being the celebrity plus doing everything else. And I can see why LSU got infatuated with him.
I don't know that he's got a lot to complain about with NIL and all that stuff and resources. I mean, no matter where he was going to be, he had the resources. And Ole Miss was going to pay him. They were going to match whatever LSU was offering. He said, and I'm not arguing with him, and I just wish he would have said this early, and it would have eased a lot of pain. He said, this is the best job in college football. I think it's in the handful of best jobs. I don't know what you think the best job is. The guy who had Notre Dame left Notre Dame to go to this job, right? I don't know what you consider the best job in college football, but this would have to be there. Is Alabama better than this?
I don't think Alabama is better now.
Is Georgia better than this? Is Ohio State or Michigan or USC better than this? I mean,
USC is not in that conversation.
I agree with you.
LSU is on par with Georgia and Ohio State.
Okay.
Still having that kind of presence in college.
All right, so if you're saying why did he leave, if this is really the best job in your industry, all right, I get it, right? And I don't doubt for 1 second it was hard for Lane to leave Ole Miss. I'm sure he and his family loved it there. They treated him like royalty. He won. He did great things there. This whole. I know it's wearing on people. God told me to do it, and I talked to my dad, and I wish my dad was here. He talked to Nick Saban and Pete Carroll, who are two of his mentors. They both told him to take the job. I have no problem with in some respect, the process, although I hate the way it plays out on these kids, on the student athlete. And for Lane to try to play victim, this is the only, well, not the only part. For Lane to say, I wanted to coach this team, and the AD wouldn't let me, and that's his call, and I respect that. Lane, come on now. I mean, like you just said, I'm leaving. You don't get to break up with your wife and live in her house.
Yeah, this isn't group of 5 to P4.
Right.
This is rival to rival. Yeah. Or Ole Miss hopes they can be LSU's rival moving forward.
Yeah. And who's recruiting for me?
That.
Yeah. I just, who's recruiting for me while you're?
This is a system you're in. I think Ole Miss made the right decision, and the others. Ole Miss will do the same thing, man. Like if they went out and
they hired their guy.
I know, but if they were to go get someone else, they would have poached someone, took them away from their school. So like, don't cry because you're all doing the same thing.
You play victim until you are the predator. Oregon State and Washington State, right? I mean, the Pac-12 got destroyed. You played victim until you destroyed them or tried to destroy them outlaws. It's no different, is it?
It's not.
All right, 505-246-0610. I'm going to have a sweet deal for you here coming up in a few minutes. It's the holiday season, and it is the best time of the year for sports. Basketball, playoff pushes, bowl games, it's all happening at once. While you're out there making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place that it feels good to make the right decision, where it feels good to be right, and that's Prize Picks. I downloaded the Prize Picks app, so I've been playing, the app, singular, and I've been playing for a while now, and I love it. I've been playing lineups up to 2 to 6 players. It's a blast. I made a few bucks. You pick more or less, then you watch the games. When you're right, you win. You're watching the game. I'm watching the game. We're all watching them. We all think we know a little bit. Why not make it pay off? With Prize Picks, here's a couple things that are really cool. You can make picks on things like fantasy scores, if you're into that. Free throws made, free throws attempted, even turnovers. And on Prize Picks, you pick multiple sports in the same lineup if you want. So if you want to play Steph Curry and Patrick Mahomes in the same lineup, you can do that. It's great. And if your fantasy team is busted, you can still play your favorite players each week. But when they hit their predictions, you win. More or less. Looking at it tonight. You like Jaylen Brown tonight? You can play Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 24.5 points. You like more or less? You want to play some soccer? Hey, JJ, Nick Pope plays for Newcastle. He's the goalie. Is he going to have more or less than 1.5 saves tonight? You can play soccer and basketball together. Jimmy Butler, 19.5 points, more or less tonight against Oklahoma City. It's that easy and it's that fun. Download the PrizePicks app, enter the code KNML. That's code KNML. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app, code KNML. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup on PrizePicks. It's good to be right.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom. Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King. And now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-24.
Coming out, Diego Pavia won the Associated Press Player of the Week. Austin Brawley, Mountain West Defensive Player of the Week. He was also named the Group of 5 Player of the Week by Hero Sports. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. So you're going to hear portal announcements too. JJ, I don't know if you'd seen this. Randolph Kapai, the linebacker from Nebraska. Does he have any eligibility left? Because he announced on his Twitter yesterday that he was going to be entered the transfer portal on January 2nd. Lobo linebacker. He played, I want to say, like somewhere between 30 and 40 snaps this season on defense. Does he have eligibility left?
No.
Okay, well, he's going in the portal.
This is what you do, because you never know.
Okay. Who else did that? Somebody basketball. It was Mustafa Amstil, didn't he?
Yeah. I got to put my name in the portal.
Is it still in the portal?
We'll see what happens.
All right, text line, 505-246-0610. This one says, I've been a Steeler fan for 30 years. I keep hearing if Mike Tomlin is fired, he can have whatever job he wants. I disagree. He's been bad for 10 years. The game's passed him by, but the Rooneys will do more half measures this offseason and keep him around. Steelers went from one of the best to a laughingstock. Yeah, I think it's time. I mean, it's time there. I'm not arguing with that. I do think he gets another job. Will it be immediately? Will it be any job he wants? Not necessarily. But I do believe he gets another job. Steve from Michigan asked, my question, has J.J. McCarthy played enough to make the decision to keep him or not? Hope that's a fair question. It's a totally fair question. And the answer is probably he is not. But it's like, what have you seen? What do you get? Where have you seen enough? And is that,
Yeah, I think what we'll see in Minnesota is like what we saw in Indianapolis this year. You bring in a good but not spectacular quarterback that has upside. Daniel Jones came in, everyone's like, oh, well, really? It's Anthony Richardson that should easily win the job. Not the case, and we saw what Daniel Jones was able to do this season. I think that's absolutely what Kevin O'Connell, Minnesota, will look to do, is bring in a quarterback of that caliber. Maybe, again, man, I think Mac Jones is going to be someone that a lot of teams want, and San Francisco said, all right, you got to give us a third-round pick if you want this guy for our roster.
Also on the text line, this person wants a rematch against Michigan. New Mexico versus Michigan. Okay. All right. All right, 505. I don't know why that's going. Is that this? Kind of weird. 50. Well, let me pull this out. Is that better? Yeah, way better. All right, 505-246-0610. I got a sweet deal for you this morning, and I think you're going to love this. And this is actually one of my favorite spots, not just for breakfast, although it's wonderful, but for lunch, for dinner. It is Cocina Azul, and we got a sweet deal for you. Frank is here, and it's good to see you, first of all. Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
So this time of year, but every time of year, I love your pozole, first of all. But I go in there, the one on, it doesn't matter which one I go to. But I go in there, I love the fish tacos for lunch. I love the gelato plate for lunch. I love the calabacitas that you have. You get the different size. What you guys do is it's actually one of my favorite lunch spots. So
yeah, thank you.
Killing it. Here's what we're doing today. We got a sweet deal. For $30, you get $60 to spend at the original Cocina Azul. It's run by the original family that started it all with their traditions, and they're known for their made-for-scratch recipes and signature chilies that everybody swears by. And you guys, killing it. I know this is a big time of year for you.
Yeah, you know it is. It's we're making some changes, opening up earlier for breakfast, so we are now opening up at 7 a.m. so you can catch us on your way into work. And so this first 2 weeks we're doing a couple specials: $6.95 huevos rancheros and $1.99 waffles. Just just come in with this first week. We'll also do a free cup of coffee with it, so it's a pretty affordable breakfast.
At which location?
I have just the original location. My parents started.
Which is
1134 Mountain Road,
right on 12th on Mountain.
12th and Mountain,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So, right, kind of off of the north end of downtown, and the original spot. And there's tons of parking, both right across the street and right behind the location. And the flavor, the atmosphere, the history that began at that first location is what made Cocina Azul, and it's wonderful. So why the breakfast? Why'd you decide to get in the breakfast business?
I felt like we were just missing the real, like, the early breakfast crowd, and so people would say, well, 9 o'clock's a little late, so we decided to open up at 7, and especially with people coming into downtown, and then on the weekends, we got the early risers, so 7 o'clock, we're ready to go for you.
Yeah, we missed it, but can we come after? How late you serve breakfast? We get out of here at 10.
We put our breakfast menus out until 11:30, but
Right.
we'll serve you breakfast all day.
See that, JJ? We can go get breakfast at Cocina Azul. Once we get out of here, because before, well, you understand.
Oh yeah.
All right, what's the best thing on the menu for breakfast?
Honestly, probably the huevos rancheros.
Yeah.
That's the most we sell.
Yeah, and everybody loves that. All right, and then you're still doing lunch, you're still doing and then for the holidays, I know people are going to get in. You probably, I'm thinking, get your order in early for the pozole and the green chili stew and all and the tamales and all that stuff for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, the bulk order definitely sells pretty quick.
Yeah. All right. What's the phone number? What's the website?
505-831-2500, and our website is www.cocinaazul.com.
Pretty easy. CocinaAzul.com. It's the original, and your favorite one on Mountain and 12th. It is on that southeast corner of Mountain and 12th. Put it on your lunch routine. Put it on your dinner routine. And now, just for you, it's on your breakfast schedule as well. And again, hit those specials. You got $1.99 waffles and the
$6.95 huevos rancheros.
and the coffee for the first week.
This first week is free.
All right, go enjoy it. It's great to see you, Frank. Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you.
Our website goes live. It is sportsanimалabq.com. Sportsanimалabq.com. Click on the Sweet Deal logo. Do it at 9 o'clock because these are going to go quick. There's only 120 of these available, and for $30, you get $60 to spend at the original Cocina Azul on 12th and Mountain. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is brought to you by Sandia Area Federal Credit Union.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
No, Sports Bar. The voice of the Lobos, Robert Portnoy and Jason Eck. Eck and Fernando Lobo, the athletic director for the Lobos, Well, the press conference yesterday, JJ, I did attend. That gave me a little ribbing the other day. I had been to a lot of the Tuesday luncheons, the press conferences. He says, you stopped coming. I mean, did you stop caring? I'm like, no, man. You're on Mondays, and this time of year I get a little busy.
I can understand that.
There's my schedule piles up on Tuesdays at noon. It happens.
Not like all these news people, they'll have free time during the day.
That's the point. See, you're working that time as well. So it was interesting press conference yesterday, and I Jason said a lot of the same things at the press conference that he said with us on Monday. He likes it here. I appreciate it because I hate moving too, and he said moving's a pain in the ass, and I agree with that. And he talked about what they're building and the new Mountain West and the opportunities that are there. And I appreciate where they're coming from, both Eck and Fernando Lobo, as looking at the situation they have as an opportunity instead of crying about it. And that's what makes people successful. Okay? If you sat down and we had a conversation, whether it was with the coach or with the athletic director, and said, is your league better now or next year? I don't think anybody's saying you take Boise State and San Diego State and Fresno State and all those teams out of your league and you're saying it's better. No, and nobody's telling you it's better. Nobody's sitting here and telling you this thing worked out for the best. But, and here's the but, and I appreciate this. This is the hand you are dealt. And to take a look at it as an opportunity as opposed to, oh, woe is me, and what are we going to do when we can't do this and we can't do this, is how you're going to grow some. People who are successful look at whatever situation is and look for the positives. And how do you grow it, and how do you make it better, and how do you make yourself better? And they're looking at it as an opportunity that they can become the brand, or at least one of the top brands in this league. Start winning, start excitement for football, hence the entirety of the athletic program benefits. And I appreciate the fact that Eck looks at it and says there's an opportunity there with that job that I can go there and win, and we can create something really big, not just for the Lobo brand, but, and he didn't say this, but for his brand as well. And JJ, I watch people all the time, and I understand what we do, and I understand the reality of it. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. But how many times have you been in a situation where, wow, that sucks. All right, what am I going to do about it? And how am I going to make it better? How am I going to make the whole situation better? And I appreciate that, at least publicly, and I do believe privately, that that's how they're looking at the opportunity of the Mountain West moving forward.
And if you are a good coach and you believe in yourself, those opportunities will come down the line. And for a lot of people that were shocked, and I've talked to some people that just couldn't believe that he's staying, let alone gets a contract extension, I take a step back and I go, okay, I know there was buzz around Jason Eck, but of the jobs that are open, like, he's not going to Penn State. I don't think he necessarily fits the profile for Cal.
Cal was an interesting one, and Michigan State was an interesting one.
Yeah, I think Michigan State, going with Fitzgerald.
Yeah, no, that's right for them.
I think he can coach at all these places. He is a good football coach, but I could see how some of these schools might not necessarily have him high on their list. And then the only other things you'd be worried about, like, well, is North Texas going to poach him?
And North Texas would have a bunch of money.
And North Texas would have money.
Memphis will have money.
Oregon State.
No, Oregon State wasn't right.
Yeah,
the Pac-12
that's what I'm saying. Like, there wasn't a lot of jobs where I was scared, or like, oh, that's going to be like something that gets Jason Eck to jump after 1 year.
Yeah, I told you the second layer this year was what was going to worry me, and that's the North Texas jobs, the South Floridas, the Memphis, the top of the American, where they can say, hey, here's $2.5 million, right? And that could be your starting salary. I mean, Jim Moore was making $2.5 at UConn, right? That job, and that job's not right? But that was the one. And I think basically what Jason's saying is, look, I believe in myself. We're going to continue to get better. I know some of you have been saying this is as hot as he'll ever be. He doesn't want to believe that, and I don't blame him. And so if he wins a little bit more consistently and the right job does come open in the next cycle, whether it's Wisconsin or whomever it happens to be, then there's the opportunity. I didn't ask this question at the press conference, and I thought it. And I think when we get Fernando in here, I think this is fair. Dan says, how are you paying Eck? Jeffrey and Juan Jose, I'm already hearing a few fans crying. I'm sure we'll soon get the press release from Frank. The ticket revenue was $1.3 million instead of $1.1 million. With that bump, you aren't adding $600,000 to Eck's salary, paying his assistants more and paying more NIL to keep the players. And we haven't even talked about the George Washington's needed for improvements to the stadium. Where's the money coming from? All right, attendance double. Now, I don't know that attendance revenue will double because I think there was probably some comp tickets in there. But did you see the stadium? Did you see the stadium throughout the season compared to what it's looked like in the past? So revenue obviously is going to exceed whatever it was in the past. I believe, and again, this is a fair question for Fernando. How are you paying for it? Now, I didn't ask him in the press conference, and I was going to, but I want to get Fernando in. There's going to be more money coming from legislature. There's going to be, obviously, winning creates more donations. Donors up what they're doing because they all want to be part of it. I'm going to tell you this, and I've talked to Fernando enough. He's got the money together to pay the increase in salary and what they're doing, and they have to, JJ. They just have to. So it's a fair question, right? But I'm pretty sure they got it figured out. All right, 505-246-0610. Rudy, good morning. You're on the Sports Network.
Good morning. Jeff, couple of things. Number one, I bristle when I hear people saying a better bowl than the New Mexico Bowl. I've been to 9 Rose Bowls. I've been to the Orange Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Sugar Bowl. I've been to the Fiesta Bowl. I've been to the Insight.com Bowl. And I've had the pleasure of helping you for 20 years on the New Mexico Bowl. And it's a great bowl. And you talk to the players and you talk to the participants, and they all comment, Jeff, on the hospitality, which is what we're here for, and just the total bowl experience.
Yeah. No, look, I know what it is, and anybody who's ever been there knows what it is. And anybody who's ever been part of it knows what it is. That's why I asked the honest question. Like, you got to help me understand. All these bowls that people tell me are better bowls, you got to help me understand why they're better. Is it just because we self-loathe in New Mexico and whatever is in New Mexico can't be good? It can't be good enough? Is that why?
If it was called anything but the New Mexico Bowl, people, it started with some wag getting on your show and calling it the Made for New Mexico Bowl because New Mexico was invited the first year. And people like stupid little sayings like that. But you talk to I got to talk to the Pirate, okay? Sat there and had drinks with Mike Leach. Jim McElwain. You go down the list of coaches that have come through here.
I saw Rich Rodriguez this summer, and he still talks about it. I saw Kalani Sitake this summer. He still thanks us for the hospitality. I saw Sonny Dykes this summer at Big 12 Media Day, and he was still talking about how what a wonderful experience it was and thanking us for it. Like, I know what we do. And Rudy, I appreciate you saying all those kind of things. It's we get a lot of respect outside of here. That's why honestly, I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I'm not whining. I honestly, you got to, and I do have an answer here. I'll read it to you. You asked the softball question, so I'll hit it out of the gym for you, said Sid. Why is the Snoop Dogg Bowl a better bowl? I can get the CW on my rabbit ears. I don't get ESPN. Okay, so he'd rather watch on CW than ESPN. Cool. It's going to be at least 15 degrees warmer in Tucson, and the teams get to meet the host who's in like half the commercials on TV today. They get to meet Snoop. Okay. All right. Thank you. I got my answer.
So, I went to the Inside.com Bowl that year, and we went to play golf.
It was colder than a pimp's heart that day. Yeah. I was there in 97, too. It was colder than a pimp's heart. Yep.
It was. So we've got a lot of great things going for us, and the best thing is Coach Eck demonstrating that this is a great place. I'm really happy for the man. I'm glad he's making the money, but I'm happier as a Lobo fan because I'm tired of being abused as a Lobo fan, and everybody with the sharp comments and the sharp elbows. This is going to be fun, and I can't wait for next year. But we got a bowl game first, and I just we'll be talking to you later, Jeff. But you just keep it up, and we've got a really good thing going. Now it's time to get that stadium taken care of.
All right, yep, and they're working on that. Thanks, man. And Fernando Lobo talked about stadium renovations and
CW.
What's that?
The CW.
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah, it's now better than ESPN.
LOL.
Okay. All right. Well, Sid gets it on his rabbit ears, and he doesn't get ESPN, and that's fair. If that's what makes it better, I'm not mad. Cool. The numbers tell you what the numbers tell you. How many more people watch it? Look, I got my answer. And it will be warmer in Tucson. Maybe. I'm telling you, man, I was at the Inside Dock combo in 97 too. I didn't know it got that cold in Tucson. I had no idea. That was before we had the apps on our phone. I guess I could have dialed weather or something. We didn't have, honestly, in 97, I don't think we all had our cell phones in our pocket. Isn't it weird? It was that long ago. But it wasn't. We didn't have. Anyway, Bob Brown and I went. I remember how damn cold it was. And they lost that game to Arizona. I got stuff from you. I'll get it for you. 505-246-0610. Keep them coming. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. And is Kalani Sitake on his way out? I want to hit you with that next, too. Is he leaving BYU? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Indeed sponsor jobs.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
All right, as Kalani Sitake headed to Penn State, the BYU coach is now, by multiple reports, the target to fill the coaching vacancy up there. It was created when James Franklin was fired. BYU ranked 11th right now in the CFP rankings, which is one spot out of a playoff spot. Has a big showdown for the Big 12 championship game with Texas Tech coming up this weekend. Playoff bid is on the line. It would be the automatic bid if they can get it. They're 22-3 over the last 2 seasons, 11-1 headed into Saturday's conference title game this year. And just 3 seasons ago, he won that crummy little bowl game that we play out at University Stadium. BYU beat SMU, remember 24-23, and SMU was in the playoff last year. But Kalani Sitake, right now, he was asked about the Penn State job on Monday. Quote, we're trying to finish the season the right way. It's on us to best play against Texas Tech. So as we go through the week and go through the prep, I also want them to live through the moments, have the great experience, and not waste a moment thinking about anything else. This is a great distraction to have, let's be honest. But you know, right now we need to be focused on making sure that we're giving our best shot in this game against Texas Tech. End quote. All right, Sam, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Sam.
Yes, good morning. I'd like to say the New Mexico Bowl is probably as good or better than any other December bowl game, but I would still like to play devil's advocate.
Yep.
This year's UNM football team, I think they earn the right to travel, to experience someplace else rather than waking up in the same bed that they wake up in every morning, go to Tucson, go to Vegas, go to wherever, play a 7-4 type Big 12, Arizona State, somebody like that team on a neutral field. I don't know who the opponent's going to be at the New Mexico Bowl, but it's usually a Sun Belt, a 6-6 type team. And as a New Mexico fan, I want them to step up in competition.
Hey, Sam,
and play on a neutral field.
Totally fair. When was the last time you think the New Mexico Bowl had a Sun Belt 6-6 team? New Mexico Bowl the last time the New Mexico Bowl had a 6-6 team.
UTSA was in.
Yeah, that was
the last one?
that was the last one in 2016. And then the one before that was Washington State with Mike Leach. That was the last 6-6
But
team.
I'm not putting down the New Mexico
Yeah,
Bowl.
no.
I am saying they deserve to travel
Understood.
and experience. They earned that right.
Yeah, fair enough. I appreciate that, Sam. Thank you. I need to explain a couple things on the bowl thing. First of all, the New Mexico Bowl has had 3 10-win teams in the last, since 2014, and 9 4-win teams since 2015. Way more 9 and 10-win teams than 6-win teams. If you go to Arizona, Tucson, it will be a MAC team. Now, it could be a MAC team here. I don't know what we're lining up on the other side of the Mountain West right now.
So it's a MAC team in Arizona.
The Arizona Bowl is MAC Mountain West. Yeah, there will be a MAC team. It could be a good Western Michigan team.
So they can wake up in a hotel room in Tucson and go to the main event there?
Maybe. And that's, I understand where he's coming from. Okay? The Las Vegas Bowl, which he wants, is got a SEC Big Ten tie-in. So that's, I mean, as much as you'd like that to be an option, it's not. The Mountain West Bowl options right now there could be something created in the Metroplex. You're 9-3. Boise State's 8-4, San Diego State's 9-3, and UNLV is 10-2. All those teams need to be plays, and I hear you. In New Mexico, the preference of the university, of the school, of the football program, is certainly taken into consideration as well, where they want to go and what they want to do. So, Sam, I appreciate that. That's totally fair. Vegas Bowl, I mean, unless John's getting rid of the SEC side or the Big Ten side, like Iowa or
I don't think people have any idea, which is fine. The bowl tie-in, they're just like, oh, it's a bowl in Arizona, so there must be a power conference team on the other side. Yeah, no, the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl, the other side is the MAC, which again, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what you just told me you're looking at. 505-246-0610, opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family.
JJ Buck.
97-47 was the number last night out at the pit. Lobos over New Mexico Highlands. 6 Lobos in double figures, including guys like JT Rock and Tomeo Ponce. Ponce had 11 points, 3 of 7, 3-point land, his first significant time as a Lobo. Almost a double-double for JT Rock, 10 and 9 as they beat 0-8 New Mexico Highlands by 50 points. Next up, Santa Clara in the pit. It'll be on Saturday. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Monday Night Football last night. Patriots 33, Giants 15. So the Patriots are now 11 and 2. All right, we're all over the place on bowl stuff, on stadium stuff. Let me hit you with some of what you've got in here. I'll start from when that came in. So Jeff, JJ, good for Coach Eck that he's going to be here for 5 more years and $1.75 million paycheck for each year. Not too shabby. Go Lobos. It's from John. I mean, maybe he'll be here for 5 years. I would argue that
he has a 5-year contract.
Yeah. Oh.
But.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's here for now, and you can somewhat rest easy, right? This is from TJ. Couple of things he put in here. So he says, speaking for myself, I think most people in my circle think bowls outside of New Mexico are better because the assumption is that our players would prefer to travel somewhere different. Okay. A fair assumption. Have they said that? It's a fair assumption on your part. Does that make the game better somewhere else? Or is it just better for New Mexico?
It's Tucson for 3 days.
Yeah, and that's cool. If that's, I mean, it said somewhere. I get that whole concept.
But, okay, to me, I think the discussion is fair to talk about who are they playing. Like the last caller, he just assumed, we're going to be in Arizona, then it's got to be like a power conference team on the other side,
said
right?
7-4, which would be 8-4. Power conference team.
It's going to be a power conference team on the other side. No, the initial bowl tie-in for this Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl is MAC Mountain West.
Yeah, presented by Gin and Juice by Jay and Snoop.
So unless the event that you guys are clamoring for is you get to just smoke weed one night with Snoop Dogg,
which by the way,
that could absolutely. You put that out there, yeah, you might get the team to vote to want to go there for sure.
Yeah. And maybe, and again, TJ, maybe you've heard something that I haven't, and this isn't a done deal. You know, it's all going on this week, and after everything shakes out on Friday night and then Saturday, you know, where the dominoes fall.
Because outside of Tucson,
yeah,
like you know, you're not going to Hawaii.
Hawaii's going to most likely play there, right? They stay home.
You're not going to the LA Bowl,
right? Because they're going to take the champ.
So you're clamoring for let's go somewhere else. What if they send you to Boise? You stoked then? You think those dudes are stoked to go back to Boise?
I mean, and look, Daniel does a great job with the famous Idaho potato. That also is Mac on the other side.
But at least get to travel.
But yeah, I understand you. And if you've heard that the players all want to go somewhere else, then I have not heard that, but okay. He says in 23-24, I took my family to one game each season. Was more of a casual outing that gave our family something to do. After finishing 5-7, the excitement of what the program could look like if Dampier stayed, my sudden investment and excitement was met with anger towards the special underwear people stealing our coach. One by one, the dominoes began to fall with players we liked entering the portal, and Eck comes in, a guy nearly no one had ever heard of. Quick research of his history, and then made a wish list of players from Idaho we hoped would follow. I entered the season cautiously optimistic, but to my surprise became an insane, lifelong fan in a moment in real time during the Michigan game. Yes, it was at the moment the world was introduced to Dorian Thomas. Decided to take my 85-year-old grandfather to the Idaho State game, his first in nearly 30 years. I brought him back to his college days a million years ago. After that, I told my kids to make it a point to get them to every game this season. Thanks to the Kids Go Free promo, it was possible. Would love to see that made possible again next year, but I completely understand why it doesn't. If it doesn't happen. It all came to a beautiful close as me and my boys lost our voices, screaming and storming, and doing our part to create 3 straight false starts and then immediately storming the field. What stood out to me was the players' graciousness towards my boys as they sheepishly walked up asking to take pictures in a moment where those athletes essentiate. Appreciate this. That's really good. That's really good. So let me ask you this then. You had all these experiences. How many, if you went to Boise or Tucson, would make the trip? Maybe a bunch. And maybe we'll find out. 505-246-0610. Let's go to you. Who you got on one? All right, let's go to Mike. Mike, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, well, if you ask the fans, the locals, what would they prefer? Of course, they'd prefer the New Mexico Bowl. Most people can't get out of town to go watch this game, and there'd be a fair amount of people that would travel. But let me ask you the question: if what's best for the UNM, for the Lobos? I mean, obviously, I think the players, just why they came to the pit to play in the pit is because of the pit, and I think that the players would prefer to play in their own field. But let me ask you this: economically, what all the bowls that you think that they could potentially be asked to play, what would be best financially for the team or the college itself? And then also look at Albuquerque itself. When you have 2 other teams, how many people actually travel in? What's the more economical beneficiary to this, to where they go? You can maybe look at all the economics of it. And see,
I appreciate that.
Just to put that out there.
All right, so let me work on that for you, Mike. For the team itself, not having the travel expenses, obviously you're saving the travel expenses. So yeah, it works out better for them to bus over to one of the local hotels and get a charter and go and take the band and everybody else and put everybody up. Now they are committed. There is contracted. The one caller said they wake up in their own beds. The league is contracted to 3-night stay in the hotel. So they would get the bowl experience. They move in. They've got their bowl room. I mean, as far like that part of the bowl experience, right? They still do the events. They still do all those things. As far as what's best for the economy, If you get two teams that travel, obviously having two teams come in. But this is, to look at the success of our event, and I always ask people to look at this in a more broad sense than just a one-time event. I think there's a number of ways to look at it, and to show a full stadium on national TV. And we had a pretty good crowd last year. I mean, what TCU did on that east side last year, I thought was pretty impressive. So there's two different ways to go on that. But yeah, for the team itself, the less travel expenses, the better it is. All right, let's go to you, 505-246-0610. Is Lewis on 2? Lewis, you're on the Sports Animal. Good morning, Lewis.
Yeah, excuse me. Well, I got to lubricate the pipes.
You all right?
Anyways, that guy that just called, who was asking about financials,
yeah.
I was going to touch on that too, and I have a couple questions. One, the money that the team gets from the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I know, every bowl is a little bit different. Is there a bowl that they possibly could go to where they would make more money, or appreciably more than the New Mexico Bowl? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, not appreciably. So the tie-ins like Arizona, Boise, us, Hawaii are all pretty much in the same range.
Comparable. Yeah. Okay. So when I hear this thing about the players would rather go on the road, I don't know who said that. People have been saying that.
Right.
Wouldn't the players rather play? Yeah, it's at home and they play there a lot, but they're going to have 25,000 people and they're going nuts for them, as opposed to maybe 2,000 in Arizona, or maybe 200 if they go to Hawaii, or that kind of thing. I mean, these guys have traveled their careers. I mean, how much more traveling one more game is really going to matter? I mean, as far as the traveling thing goes, and like you've said, they get treated very well here under the bowl circumstances. It's about the same probably in all the other bowl possibilities they could go to. They're all going to get treated well, and they're going to get the swag, and they're going to, be heroes and get to go places and restaurants. And but wouldn't players want to play here with 25,000 people cheering for them? I mean,
it's a fair question. Yeah, it's a totally fair question, and it's something. Those are conversations that are being had, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Thanks. Man. Appreciate you. All right. Let's continue. 505-246-0610. Grady, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Good day, sir.
Well, hey, second verse, same as the first. Yeah, that's exactly my point. They would, who would they be playing in front of? The good old New Mexico inferiority complex is strong, and people love to gyrate and twist to different ways to say, well, anywhere is better than here. And to continue what the caller just before me said, yeah, if you think we don't think highly of ourselves, it doesn't matter how successful our team is. Who's playing here? New Mexico. Why would I go see them? And that's exactly the reaction you're going to get from wherever, quote-unquote, is a better bowl game. It should be seen as a celebration, almost a coronation of a great season to play at home in the New Mexico Bowl. What a fantastic way to end the season. And just like the caller before me said, you talk about nearly 30,000 people or more, your classmates, your family, community. Holy smoke. They could even coordinate a parade. There's all kinds of ways to celebrate a great season here versus in, quote-unquote, a better place. I mean, listen, I went to school in Tucson, and let me tell you, it's not any better than Albuquerque. And that stadium, there's nothing better other than the fact that some people here think if it's not here, it must be better. So I actually think this season is lining up to be a perfect way to end the season by being invited to the New Mexico Bowl. And I would hope that the powers that be at UNM would see it the same way.
It's look, there's conversations going on, and it's not just there's a lot of tentacles, right? I think, as you know, there's there's a league, there's teams, there's a picking order, there's matchups, there's a lot of things going on. And I can't sit here, even if I wanted to tell you, hey, it's my decision. It's not, man. It's not straight my decision. There's TV networks, there's leagues, there's teams, there's conferences, there's coaches, there's athletic directors. There's a lot of conversations going on this week. And I think I've told you plenty of stories over the last 20 years that when I get in there on Sunday morning, what I think is going to happen when I put my head on the pillow Saturday night completely takes a spin on Sunday morning and sometimes 3 times. So
I agree. And the point isn't necessarily to delve into the system versus the people who are complaining. I mean, this is actually the one time where you should put those complaints in your back pocket. And what a great way to end the season. That should be something that the people should hope for, that they would want for. Now, granted, I do know some people's measure of what quote-unquote good is whether or not you can use a local antenna to view the game. But I tell you what, those metrics, they should apply it to themselves as far as whether a good comment to a radio show is good or not. But that's a whole different conversation.
All right,
but I think that the people who are in doubt, all those folks that think there's something better out there, this year in particular,
well, how many are going to go?
An exception would be a great way to cap off a great season.
And how many would go? All right, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate the time.
All right, keep them coming. 505-246-0610 with your emails coming in. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com and JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. Hey, Albuquerque, listen closely to this. This has never happened before. John Thomas Jewelers is moving. They're going to have a new showroom, and that means everything has to go before the move. So you can save up to 70% on fine jewelry. That includes diamonds, engagement rings, designer collections, men's and women's jewelry. It's the largest discounts they have ever offered. This is not a gimmick. They're just not moving all this inventory to a new location. So it is a true moving sale, and when it's done, it's done. No holds, no restocks, no second chances. If you have ever thought about proposing, get over there now and save 70% on that ring. Need a Christmas gift that's going to wow you or wow her or wow him? Go now. Been waiting to upgrade? This is your time. Voted best jeweler in Albuquerque for 5 years running, this sale will end December 24th. The best pieces won't last. They're going to last hours, not days. Get over there today before someone gets the piece that you want. It's John Thomas Jewelers, 3rd floor, Lewis University building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal, right across the street to the east from the Coronado Center. All the details are at johnthomasjewelers.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Great Bowl if the Big 12 or the Big 10 don't fill, which I believe they're going to. The Isleta New Mexico Bowl, the Arizona Bowl, the Davis Idaho Potato Bowl, and the Hawaii Bowl, and then maybe Frisco. And the other side of those are, they're contracted as well. I understand where you guys are going. This says, Jeff, it's the optics of going to New Mexico Bowl. Well, I respect the New Mexico Bowl. As a fan, I want as much positive national attention on the team as possible. I totally agree with you. You should. I think many, including myself, feel like if the Lobos going to the New Mexico Bowl, it's a feeling of a trophy for participation. I don't know what the potential matchups are, but to me personally, I want the Lobos to get into a bowl where they have the chance to play the highest profile opponent possible. I think that, and you should. So Saturday afternoon on ESPN in a great slot, or the SMU BYU game primetime on ABC. The bowls that you're talking, like okay, so you want to go to Arizona? Can I'm going to give you the last 3. Well, here's been the last matchups of the Arizona Bowl, and if you feel this is better national attention, that cool. I'm not mad. They play on the CW. They had Miami of Ohio and Colorado State last year, Wyoming and Toledo the year before, Wyoming and Ohio the year before, canceled for COVID, Ball State, San Jose State the year before that, Wyoming, Georgia State the year before that. That's where everybody's clamoring to go because it's more attention, JJ?
What year is this for the New Mexico Bowl?
20.
And it potentially would be just the 5th time the Lobos playing it. So why is it this
consolation
mindset that the Lobos, what's in New Mexico, the Lobos are going to be in it? We've watched how hard it is for this team to get bowl eligible. And just people think that because that's the bowl game they've been to recently, the last 4 times, okay, they're just in it all the time.
Was it a consolation for TCU in Louisiana last year? 8-4, 10-3? Was it a consolation when SMU and BYU played on ABC?
I think, but it's going to be a wake-up call. Like, the Lobos aren't going to play a power conference team just because.
I don't know. If you see the scenario where they're playing a power conference team, I'm listening. They're again, the SEC is going to come up, I think, 3 or 4 slots short of filling the Liberty Bowl and or Duke's Mayo and or Gasparilla and or Birmingham. And again, I'm not mad. I don't. It's complicated. I don't expect everybody to understand that you don't just get to go pick a team, and everybody wants to come play New Mexico, whether it's in Arizona or wherever it is, or everybody wants New Mexico to play in that game because they're 9-3. Famous Idaho Potato Bowl, better profile, or what would you say, as much exposure? And I agree with you, man. You should want as much exposure as you can get. I agree. And if this means more exposure, I'm cool. Northern Illinois, Fresno State last year, Georgia State, Utah State, Eastern Michigan, San Jose State, Wyoming, Kent State, Nevada, Tulane, Ohio, Nevada. I'll put our matchups in our game against any of these games that are pre New Year's Six. I think there's a level. I get the next level. The Alamo, Las Vegas Bowl, the Texas Bowl. I think Gasparilla's kind of worked its way up there. The one in Nashville, Music City. Yeah, I get there's a different echelon. I do. And if you can get in one of those, that's great. If they want, I go 100%. My question is, and like I said, I'm not mad. You just got to help me understand why all those other bowls are better. What makes a better bowl? Look at December 26, 2022, Bruce said. NMSU might as well drop their football program. They will never, ever get back to the pinnacle of that day. Inexplicably, that was the only bowl that day. It was basically lead into Monday Night Football. This is when they went to Detroit. So the entire country was watching Diego Pavia, Dirty Jerry and company. It was at a big-time stadium, and NMSU beat a good but not overpowering opponent. When you're NMSU, that's as good as it'll ever get, says Bruce. Okay? If you feel the Motor City Bowl, which is now, is it the quick? It's the, I think it's Rise Above Sports Bowl is what they call it in Detroit now. And again, look, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Whatever you find better, you like candy corn, and I like watermelon Jolly Ranchers. You like what you like, and that's why I ask you the question honestly. What makes every one of these games in your mind so much better than the one we have here? What else we got for me? Can we talk about Diego? Hobo says, I was watching footy with some folks over the weekend, and everyone was impressed with how hard he plays every down. How many quarterbacks do you see slide down a yard short of the sticks? He never slides. He's always putting his head down trying to get every inch. Let me just tell you something. I don't care if you like Diego Pavia or not. That dude is a hell of a football player. And I do believe he will be in New York as a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Has anybody from New Mexico ever been a finalist for the Heisman Trophy? I'm not sure that they have. Somebody sent me a note. Let me read you this one. Came in yesterday. It's from David. He was talking about global football getting left out of the championship game. He says it's tough to swallow that our representation on that committee that came up with the tiebreakers is no longer here. Can you explain a little more in detail why one of the tiebreakers is from a subscription pay site and what value that may bring? I heard another one. The one that really hurt us is a prediction based on analysis. True? Whatever this tiebreaker is going forward, and I know this is the last season of the conference as we know it, any team that hasn't beaten any of the other teams involved in the tiebreaker should be eliminated as long as that team has played more than one of the other teams involved. I also don't want to hear about 10 wins for UNLV. Their schedule was weak. SOS was like 130. So they got more credit for blowing out weak teams on their schedule. SDSU was 126, although from the eye test, they were better than UNLV. It says Tommy McDonald had a greater college career than Pavia. Look it up. Not taking anything away from Pavia. He's done everything he needed to. Hey, Edward, wrong again. Notre Dame is the 10th highest ranked strength of schedule, and number 3 FPI. They're going to be in, and they deserve it. And lastly, you need to have UNM do something about the southeast corner. Went there Saturday at halftime. There was one little stand. Seemed to sell only beer and had about 50 people in that line. Why are the concessions there boarded up like an abandoned building? They want us to support, but then offer that. I've seen better concessions at a high school game. That's from David. Appreciate it. Tommy McDonald was great. I mean, Tommy McDonald at what he did at Oklahoma was legendary. And you've heard me say this. Diego's had the best college career of anybody from New Mexico.
If Diego, now, he won't win the Maxwell Award, which Tommy McDonald did, but if he's in New York, that will equal what McDonald did.
Tommy McDonald was unbelievable. Like really was first team All-America, consensus All-America, Sporting News College Player of the Year in 1956. He won the national championships twice at Oklahoma. He won the Maxwell Award. And you've heard me say this before.
Dude, this is one of those things where it's got to be it's almost like, hey, this is a new era.
Because that was in 56 and 57?
Yeah. You have, all right, this is your established tier here, and then...
Because 75 years ago.
New era. We'll do it. But McDonald that was an amazing college career.
Yeah, and it was 70 years ago, right? And there's no argument. And I've said that Diego has had the best college career from anybody from New Mexico, maybe since Tommy McDonald. And if you want to compare him and tell me Tommy McDonald was better, you've got a hell of an argument, man. You got a hell of an argument. Because like his first year, he was on the freshman team, and then he was starting running back, and he with 16 rushing touchdowns, and became the first player in school history to score a touchdown in every game of the season at Oklahoma.
Can you believe they let him transfer in high school out of a small
from
school?
Roy?
Can you believe they let him do that? I mean, if that happened today, people would be losing their minds.
Especially if you went to a private school. I mean, nuts. Diego said, look, what he's doing. Yeah, spectacular. All right, 505-246-0610. Let's continue the conversation. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 630 Sports Animal.
NFL coverage.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves.
All right, 505-246-0610. In the world today, Tiger Woods says he's recovering. Putting, chipping, long way from playing competitive golf. He's at the Hero World Challenge. He's a 15-time major champion, you may have heard, but he's in the Bahamas. He had his 7th back procedure done in October. That'd be like a month and a half ago. Said it's been slow, not been able to do much on disc replacement, to let it set. Can't do much. Quote, now we got the okay to start cranking it up a little in the gym. Started strengthening and starting doing a little bit more rotational component that I haven't been able to do, just letting the disc kind of set. It's going to be a while, if ever, you see Tiger Woods competitive again on the golf course. 505-246-0610. Angelo, good morning. You're on the Sports Channel. Hi, Angelo.
Good morning. First off, I want to say what a great season that was to watch. We went to all the home games. That was amazing. The last home game was just amazing. And then as far as the bowl game, I thought we would be able to get into the Las Vegas Bowl or the Alamo Bowl, but I didn't know that was the next step up. I just figured we usually travel really good to Las Vegas. Normally, I mean, people make a vacation out of that because, you know, casinos, hotels, and stuff like that. But if you have the two different teams from other colleges come here, you kind of get that economic driver for all the hotels and stuff.
No doubt.
Is that take away if you get New Mexico here, and you don't get that extra hotel revenue or anything like that?
The team will stay in the hotel. Do you have less people coming in? Yeah, you got the families coming in. I mean, yeah, it is a give and take. There's no doubt about that. So the Alamo Bowl is the first pick out of the Pac-12 legacy teams. So probably USC, if they don't get into the playoff, against Big 12. So and they get one of the top picks in the Big 12. So like if BYU doesn't get in, they could get USC, BYU, or something along those lines. Like the Pac-12, the Alamo Bowl is one of the top non New Year's Six games. And again, are they going to drop a USC because you think New Mexico's having a great year at 9-3? I mean, they're not. They got those contracts. The Vegas Bowl is this year, so they've got an SEC Big Ten tie, and they also have the legacy Pac-12 as well. So it looks like they're probably going to get a Washington type of a team against. I don't know if they've got SEC or Big Ten on the other side this year, but they rotate.
That's played in the Raiders Stadium, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense. That's okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's everybody's got their contracts, and that's where that is. So.
Yeah. The other thing I should have got season tickets at the beginning. It would have been nice because we paid for every game, and I should have just jumped on and got season tickets. But next year that'll be happening.
Right on. All right, no, I appreciate the call. Thanks, man. And that's the thing. Look, you got. I I get it, and I love the fan passion that, hey, we're 9-3, we should be in the Alamo Bowl, and I get it, but I also need to explain, where the bowls are, and if Derek Fox is running the Alamo Bowl and he's got an opportunity for, he gets the number one pick of what used to be the Pac-12, and we're still on Pac-12 legacy team, so he can have what would that be like? I mean, if Oregon fell out, they're not falling out. It would be USC, right? It would be the next team for them. So they get an opportunity for SC they get the top pick out of the Big 12. If Texas Tech goes to the playoff and BYU doesn't, I mean, BYU SC, that's a huge game for them, right?
What? So is it Oregon, UCLA, USC, Washington? Are those the remaining
legacy,
legacy?
And Cal and Washington State.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the ones that are bowl eligible.
Oh yeah, so it's going to be USC for sure. I mean, whoever has that.
And again, like I get, that's the difference in your conferences too. If you're in the Big 12, we're having another conversation. I'm not mad at anybody. I get it. You want to go to the Alamo Bowl, but that's not on the table. And I'm not saying that disparagingly. They've got contracts with those leagues. Vegas.
What about like Arizona? Are they Arizona State? Are they in that mix too with the former Pac-12?
So like the holiday. So I think the hierarchy, if I'm not mistaken, for the legacy Pac-12 bowls is Alamo. What else is in there? The bowls are Alamo, Vegas, Sun, Holiday. Isn't there another one?
Because the Alamo one could be interesting because it's a Big 12.
Yeah.
But then it's with the Pac-12 tie-ins, which could be conference teams. So how do they?
Right. And so Derek's walking that one. Yeah. Well, they're all like that. I mean, you look at the Holiday Bowl. I'm pretty sure they're ACC, legacy Pac-12. You got Cal and Stanford in that mix, right? The Sun Bowl is ACC. That's the same way. That's legacy Pac-12 ACC, right? So it's I get it, but when you get down to this, with the contract tie-ins and the way the system is currently set up, and you got to look at it from a perspective of the Alamo Bowl. Do they want the 9-3 Mountain West team who hasn't been to a bowl game in a decade, or do they want a USC or a BYU? Or Baylor or somebody who, from that perspective, Houston, who can drive there and is having a 9-3 season. You got to look at it outside of the vacuum. Yeah, there's a lot of teams that are having really nice 9-3 seasons. Why can't we play Houston, Jeff? Well, I mean, you got to figure out where you're putting that together. That's a fair question too. So I hope this is helping with perspective. I'm not, like I said, man, I'm not mad at anybody who says, why aren't we going to that game or this game? I get it. And it's been a minute, and you want the most exposure, and you want the best opponent on the other side. And I think everybody's working towards that end. I promise you that. The networks, the conference, the athletic director, the coach, the bowl directors, everybody's working in concert to put together the best matchups, but you got to realize nothing's in a vacuum, because what's done at the Arizona Bowl affects what's done at the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, affects what's done at the Isleta New Mexico Bowl, affects what's done potentially at the Frisco Bowl, right? Nothing is like Jerry Palmer always tells us when we talk about, who's in, who's not. Well, nothing's in a vacuum. And what's everybody want? Everybody wants at least one team that's going to travel too and sell some tickets, right? And so all those Texas games that where else? Holiday Bowl. So I hope that helps understanding. The last caller said I thought we'd get into the Alamo Bowl. Okay, Alamo Bowl is one of the premier, highest payout non-CFP games. It might even be the most that. Would you say that the one that used to be the Outback Bowl? That's the ReliaQuest Bowl. Are those? Would you say those are the two highest profile non-CFP games? That's probably going to be Vanderbilt and Michigan if they both don't get in. I think that's what it was last year. That was the ReliaQuest Bowl. It was no, that was Michigan, Alabama. That was Michigan, Alabama. Pretty, right? So those are the times, SEC, Big Ten. I hope that helps. And I'm happy to answer any questions about the bowl system the best I can at 505-246-0610. One more segment. We'll wrap it up, get you home on this Tuesday morning on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Hour.
This former.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Every January, February, go to the executive winter meetings, sit down with the heads of football from all the football leagues. That includes the SEC, the Big Ten, the Big 12. I'm in that room. I'm the treasurer of that organization. And next year, I'm the co-chair, and in 2 years, I will be the chairman of the bowl season, the Football Bowl Association. So I have a decent idea of how the system works, and that's why I asked the honest question. Why are some of these other games better? If you say they're better this year for your team, I get it, man. I could totally understand where you're coming from. I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad. I don't expect everybody to understand the ins and outs of the bowl system, but if when you hear me talk about it, please understand where I'm coming from. I do want to continue to create something for this community of which we're proud. And I know that the Isleta New Mexico Bowl has a wonderful reputation outside of here, and the people who have played in our game, and a lot of big names, man. I mean, whether it's Rich Rodriguez or Kalani Sataki or Rhett Lashley or the late Mike Leach, and when I would see them, I know how we treated them, and so, but I don't expect everybody to understand the ins and outs, JJ.
And I think that's one of the biggest things this morning is, listening to people not necessarily think the bowl game is bad, but to just assume there's a bigger opponent somewhere else.
Yeah.
And that's really the main thing from a lot of people. The experience, yes, you're going to have that bowl experience somewhere, but really it's still, you're there, maybe 3 days, you're traveling, you're in your hotel, you're so focused on a game. It's not necessarily like you're not going to the Bahamas, right? One of these. You're going to get...
that game's now somewhere else.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going to get the same swag, et cetera, type of experience that you'd get somewhere else. You're doing it in a hotel in Tucson as opposed to a hotel in New Mexico. I think the big thing that I've got from just social media the last couple of days is more of just the assumption that if they go somewhere else, it just means there's a power conference team on the other side, and that's just not the case.
Yeah, and there may not be one in New Mexico either. It's harder. Last year, there were more power conference teams eligible, and we got the TCU at 8-4, and it was great. When we had SMU and BYU 3 years ago, it was it's a year-to-year thing. The pool looks different every year, and you can't look at it in a vacuum and just say we want to play Pittsburgh, like one person said, or we want to play Arizona, because it doesn't work that way. There's contracts, there's commitments, there's bowl tie-ins, leagues with bowls with leagues, and so I'm hoping I can help it, as far as walk you through it. Like, I'm in a lot of conversations on what we're doing on both sides of our game, and I don't know where we are yet. I mean, we haven't landed yet, and I'm still trying to. And it's not just me. I mean, it's the network, it's the conferences, it's the schools, it's everybody. We're all trying to land this plane, and it'll land on Sunday. Fred, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Fred.
Hey, Jeff. Hey, I wanted to just say one thing about the Heisman Trophy. When Horning won it over Tony McDonald and Johnny Majors, it was very controversial. I remember back in those days. I think we talked about this before, but not about what he did. But just look at the difference between what Paul Horning did back then. He threw for 917 yards and ran for 420 yards, and Pavia threw for 3,100 yards and ran for over 1,000 yards. It's so different back in those days, but really there was a lot of controversial because Horning really hadn't done that much, and he was on a losing team. Remember, he was 2-8. Can you imagine being on a 2-8 team?
It wouldn't happen.
Winning the Heisman Trophy
it won't happen. Yeah, that will never happen.
Yeah, and hey, the New Mexico Bowl has been great. You've done a great game, a great job. And how many really 6-6 teams have we had compared to 8-4 and 9-3?
Well,
yeah,
I'll tell you, in the history of the event, the 38 teams, there's been 7 6-6 teams. There have been three. We've had 3 10-win teams and 4 9-win teams since 2019. So I mean, we've had since 2013. Since 2014. I'm sorry, we've had as many 9 and 10-win teams as we've had 6-win teams in the total history of the game.
Yeah, hey, I know you got to rush, but Sataki too. I listen to BYU Nation all the time, and I tell you what they say, they're going to come up with as much money as they want because they compare him to Edwards, Lavelle Edwards. They want to keep him there forever, and the Mormons have lots of money, and I think he's going to stay there. I don't think he's going to Penn State.
He's
That's
a good dude.
My opinion.
I appreciate you, Fred. Thank you.
All right.
Kalani's not only a great coach, just a gentleman and a good leader of men. JJ, I spent a lot of time with Kalani. That was, I don't want to say one of my favorites because I've had a lot of favorites, but that was a standout head coaching matchup with Kalani Sitake and Rhett Lashley. I don't know if I told the story. We have the dinner. We do a VIP dinner on Thursday night of Bowl Week, and the two of them kind of hung out in the corner. And this is one of those where you got the presidents and the chancellors and right. I mean, it's the athletic directors, their spouses, and Rhett Lashley, SMU, Kalani Sitake, BYU were kind of in the corner, and they were just enjoying each other. So at the end of the night, and this is one of those where it's not your table, their table, like make new friends. And came up to me and said, "All right, Jeff, we're out of here. We're going. Our assistant coaches are playing. We're going to Hawaii to play golf." Like I mean, they were kidding, obviously, and they played an unbelievable game. But watching the respect that grew, they didn't know each other, and they grew that relationship at the game and really at that dinner that night. It was super cool, and both those guys have been great. Advocates of what we do. Hey, I appreciate the conversation today. I do, and I'm happy to entertain any questions. And I will tell you this: everybody's working to do the best for New Mexico, the University of New Mexico football team, and find them the best match and the best place to be in the postseason. I can't tell you I have the ultimate power in that. I don't. I'm a little bit of a part of the process, but we're all working on it. Jim Rome Show will follow her. Colin Cowherd is next, and the Jim Rome Show. Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas after that. Lobo Talk tonight at 7. We're back tomorrow with award-winning radio at 7 a.m. Adrian produced the TV show. Looks great. He's J.J. Buck. I am merely Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you?
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Hey, be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide